The present store building was built in 1812. Solomon Howe had come to Berlin and was running an inn and a store at the Bullitt House at 4 Woodard Avenue, beginning in 1802. By 1812, he had bought some of the other land in the center on the south side of what's today Central Street. And he built the new, very large store building at the corner of what's now Pleasant Street and Central Street, the location that's now the bank. And it was a tavern, it was a stagecoach stop, it was an inn where people could stay overnight, and it also included the store function. And the store has continued in that building ever since. The building itself moved in 1852 from its original site at 35 Central Street to its present site at 15 Central Street. And that was done because the son of Solomon Howe, William A. Howe, had plans to build a new house for himself on the other site. He never managed to do that, but he did move the store building and continue the store business at the location where it is now. At the time that it was moved, there were some significant changes to the building, most notably the roof line. Probably the entire roof was taken off it and was then redone in a style that was appropriate to the 1850s when they moved it over to the present site. And it made the third story of the building a more practical use space. And I think that was one of the chief reasons behind that. But the store business has continued with many different owners over the years. In the 19th century, there were several, and several more in the 20th century. Many of the owners worked it for 2 or 5 or maybe 10 years. In a few cases, it was longer. The present owner of the store business is Edward Munter, who grew up here in Berlin, and he remembers the store when it was in his childhood, when it was run by others. He's really tried to make it a more traditional operation like that, as he remembers it in his youth, and as the townspeople have used it over its long history. Well, the store has always been a place that people ran into each other and met, and of course, you know, the old stories of a Cracker Barrel and people playing checkers on it and so forth in many communities. And I guess that sort of thing happened here too. The store of today, the part that is the store, is somewhat larger. It's darn near 3 times the size that it used to be, even in my childhood. The post office took over the next apartment, and then later that was added into the store, and that produced space for the food service that we know there today, the deli counter and kitchen and so forth. Today, in later years, we've had the coffee, people stopping for coffee and a donut and breakfast and lunch and so forth. And today it's very much a gathering place for various groups of people that plan to come at the same time or that run into their friends there at the same time each day. And so it continues to be a place that people see each other and gather. The rest of the building, which while it was an inn to start with, for a long time has been divided into apartments. And for a while there were about 3 apartments, and these days it's about 5. So some of them are smaller. The family that owned the building for a long time had a large 2-story apartment that took about half of the building. But that's no longer the case today.